Hi everyone. I wanted to pop on today because I had made a post because you all know that I'm a wellness advocate, and it's not just for essential oils, it's just all things healthy. Just throughout the years with my struggle with my autoimmune disease, I've actually had a lot of triggers and wanted to share some of the things that I have used. First of all, what I'd like to let you know though is that it is important that if you feel that you are suffering with depression, that you see a medical doctor just to get that diagnosis, because I literally was having, in the beginning, I was fluctuating and having symptoms that literally were making my mood swings go up and down, and I literally thought I was bipolar. And so I was tested for it, and I do not have bipolar syndrome, fortunately. But there are a lot of different states of depression that you can have. Mine is triggered from my autoimmune disease. And basically what depression is it's a state of mind. There are no two exact states alike, so everyone is essentially different. Some of the patterns come from things that may have happened in your past. You could have had any type of sexual trauma. It could have been verbal trauma, just any type of trauma in your past. And I'd like to make it clear, I don't have anything like that, fortunately. So everything is from my autoimmune disease. And basically what happens with your body, it's a brain chemistry thing. And there are nutrients that you need in order to have a healthy a brain and a healthy cellular function going on within all your symptoms. And when one of them is off, it can potentially be hazardous to your mental health. So one of the things that I have learned to do is I have found a supplement system that is very easy to use. It's very affordable, and also not only is it affordable, but at the end of each month, I actually, whatever I spent in dollars, I'm going to get 30% back in points that will allow me to use those points for other things that I need. Now, one of the things that was very difficult for me, because I was a candle person. I loved Bath and Body Works. I loved my cleaning products. I loved my perfume. I loved my hygiene products. I loved my hair care products. I potentially had to get rid of everything, because one thing that is very clear is that the products that we're using in our households today they're essentially very potentially dangerous to our health. There are toxic ingredients that are in those products that are affecting our endocrine system, which essentially is your hormones. And when your hormones are off, that's when you're literally looking at a lot of depression, a lot of ADHD. If you notice today, the kids today are completely different than what we were when we were kids. And yes, some of us are older, so we know that, we know what it's like to have every single meal made from scratch. We know what it's like, to be able to communicate with other people without having a cell phone, without the technology. All of those things are potentially dangerous as well, but in moderation. I'm a huge advocate of using social media. Because I can actually, I have a platform that I can actually use to help others and without even leaving my home. And that's another thing. My depression it's weird. Sometimes it's great and sometimes it's not so great. But I will tell you that the supplements that I use and the oil regimen that I use, it definitely does help. It does keep me off of any type of antidepressant medication, which is a good thing, because potentially what happens is when you start to take meds like that, your brain becomes dependent on them, and if you try to wing off of them, it causes a lot of other anxiety and a lot of other issues. Now, if you are on any type of antidepressant, or if you are taking any kind of medical supplements, anything like that from your doctor, I do recommend that you speak to your physician about any type of new protocol that you would actually start implementing in your daily life, just because doTERRA essential oils are sustained from countries all over the world, and they are 100% that specific oil. There are no additives, there are no synthetic ingredients, so they are very, very powerful oils, and we want to make sure that what you are using is helping you, and that's my number one concern with this exact video. So what I want to do is I want to just kind of go over some of the things that I do that's very, very simple. I have my magic oil book that I like to use, and I'll tell you what, this book has helped me tremendously because I am not a chemist at all. I'm not a doctor. I'm not certified in anything whatsoever, except I am a wellness advocate, and also going to school to be a nutritionist. But with that being said, I can actually look up anything that I want to look up as far as any type of, like, you know, if you have a diagnosis of depression, you can literally look up depression, and depression will give you a protocol that you can actually use for essential oils. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to protocols. If you go to page 179, it's going to give you all the protocols, and I'm going to look it up. And I mean, there's one for even bipolar disorder, but what I'm looking up is depression. All right, so I'm going to go to page 189. Simple as that. Now, most of the protocols that you will see will always implement 3 supplements, and that is our 3-pack of our Long Life Vitality, as you see here. Now, the reason why I like our supplements is basically the science behind it. And it's weird because a lot of people are really not attracted to the science behind everything. So it's not that big of a deal if you're not into that type of thing. But the reason why I actually brought it up is because one of the reasons why I am into it is because of the research that is done by doTERRA. When they are actually making up their products to actually put out for the world to use, they go through a process, and in most cases, let me see here, the law dictates how much or how little of each ingredient needs to be included in supplement in order for it to be included in a label. The United States is probably one of the very few that has a lot lower standards, honestly, when it comes to supplements. But in most cases, the amount required by law is not the same as a therapeutic dose. So a therapeutic dose is the amount of an ingredient that will actually have a physical effect on the body. The issue that comes up is that even though a supplement says that it contains a certain ingredient, it may not be enough to be even have an effect on the body. And what I love about doTERRA's supplements is that they are specifically made, they specifically made their supplements to contain the appropriate amount of each ingredient. So you know that you're getting what you pay for. So I always start out with these 3, and I'm going to tell you why exactly. I'm literally going to read right from the bottle, because when you get it, this is one thing that I love about this, is have you ever purchased a supplement? I know I have. And you look at the actual supplement itself, and you're looking at the supplemental facts, and it doesn't even tell you everything that's in the supplement. And you're just like, okay, well, so they said that this would be good for me, so I guess I'm going to try it. Well, that's not a good thing, because if you don't know what you're putting in your body and you have a chronic disease such as what I have, which is Hashimoto's, you could really go into a spiral effect, and it could actually deteriorate where you've come. Like if you've come so far, it can actually make you backslide, which is not good to your mental health. So this one actually has a tummy tamer blend, which is really good. So it makes it very, very easy on the stomach. It also has cellular energy blends, and it tells you all the different supplements that are inside, like the milligrams, like there's, coenzyme, and there's, ginkgo biloba, and there's grapeseed extract, and there's sesame seed extract, there's pine bark extract, there's pomegranate, there's pineapple stem extract, there's milk thistle seed, boswellia serotin gum resin extract. So it's going to tell you all of the supplements that in exact milligrams for your cellular longevity blend as well. But on here it says doTERRA alpha CRS is a proprietary formula of food-derived ingredients combining potent levels of powerful polyphenols and standardized botanical extracts that support healthy cell proliferation and lifespan with important metabolic factors of cellular energy. Alpha CRS is formulated to be used daily with Microplex VMZ and XEO Mega as a comprehensive dietary supplement foundation for a lifetime of vitality and wellness. And it's made with HPMC vegetable capsules. So it tells you specifically what is in this. Then we have the XEO Mega, which they had specified. And this one actually has marine oils and plant oils in them. And it tells you all of them and what, the milligrams that are in them. It also tells you the CPTG essential oil blends. So you have clove, frankincense, thyme, cumin, wild orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway seed, and German chamomile. So it's going to tell you all of those. It also tells you the other ingredients: non-starch GMO food starch, glycerin, purified water, and carrageenan, which is a very, very important factor if you know anything about carrageenan. All right, and it also tells you the calories. It tells you the total fat content, the cholesterol, vitamin A, vitamin D3, and vitamin E. So not only does it have the essential oils that you need, but it also includes some of the other nutrients. All right, doTERRA XEO Omega is a unique formula of marine and plant omega fatty acids, carotenoids, and natural vitamin D and E combined with a proprietary CPTG essential oil blend. It supports healthy cardiovascular, immune, joint, and brain functions. This is a very, very important factor if you have any type of depression, because it's mental. It's mental health, and it's all in a brain chemistry. XEO Omega is formulated for daily use with Microplex VMZ for optimum vitality and wellness. So the third piece of that puzzle is the Microplex VMZ. All right, so the Microplex VMZ, this is a whole food blend, and it's important that you do know that, because it's essential to actually have a whole food supplement. And it goes over all of the, the nutrients. There's vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, E, K, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B, folate. And that's very, very important too, because you'll notice in some of the other supplements, they will have folic acid. And folic acid is actually a synthetic form of folate. So you want to make sure that you have folate and you do not have folic acid. Vitamin B. Vitamin B12 is essentially important for depression. In fact, if your vitamin D is too low, it actually makes your depression worse, and you can also start having side effects as far as brain fog, and you can get the little, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they're little circles in your vision. They're like floaters. All right, there's biotin, which is great for your hair, nails, skins. Calcium, iron, very important. Iodine, magnesium is another important nutrient for depression. Zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, and chromium. And it goes over the whole food blends. There's kale, there's dandelion, parsley, kelp, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, spinach. I mean, there's all whole food extracts in order to make this specific supplement. All right, so the Tub Tamer blend that they actually include in this, and that's what I like about it, is because it makes it to me, it feels, I can actually take these on an empty stomach and I don't get a tummy ache, which tells a lot. All right, it has caraway seed, it has ginger, it has, peppermint. So there's different essential oils that actually help. And it's a vegetable hypromeliose, it's stearic acid, silica, and it does contain soy and wheat, which is crazy because I can take these and I actually am gluten-free. So, let's see here. All right, adults take 4 capsules per day with food made with HPMC vegetable capsules. Note, pregnant or nursing women and people who know medical conditions should consult a physician before using. Do not use if safety seal is broken or missing. Does not contain milk products. Store in a cool, dry place. Now, they do say that you are to take 4 per day. I always tell people when they're first starting out with the Long Life Vitality to start out just taking 2. Maybe take 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. And then once you work your way up, then go to 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. The reason being is because you're going to start detoxing all of those toxic ingredients that are in your body. And until you do, I always say, give yourself like 30 days. What's nice about these is that doTERRA has a 100% guarantee back that if these are not working for you and you have to give them 30 days, they will refund your money 100%. Now, another thing, too, is the PB Assist, because it's all about gut health. When you're dealing with depression, one of the things that you want to make sure is you want to get your gut healthier. You want to stay away from processed foods. You want to stay away from processed sugar. You want to stay away from, like high acid foods or like, I'm talking like juices that have like high sugar, high acid. Coffee. I do drink coffee. I drink 2 cups a day because I use protein in it. But I also have a special coffee that I use. So this is also, you got to understand that I've been doing this for 3 years. So I've learned what works for me and what doesn't work for me. I put my health, mine and my husband's health, we put that first and foremost. That is in our budget every single month, and it comes before going to the movies. It comes before, which we don't really go out to eat very often, but it comes before anything else. It's right there with our food. So PB Assist is something that you may want to actually get on as well. When you purchase these 3, you do have the opportunity, especially if you get them on the Loyalty Rewards program, you save money, but you also have the opportunity to choose up to 3 extra supplements, and you get them at a huge discount, and you'll get it for like $20 a bottle, each one. So I actually I get 2 bottles of these per month, and I get a bottle of the Max, which I'm not going to talk about that today. That's for another day, but that's also another thing that I like to take. Now, for, let's see here. For depression. And I talked about that because in almost every single protocol, they're going to talk about the Long Life Vitality, just because it's all about, getting your gut health together. Let's see. All right. So depression is experience of a more depressed mood and loss of interest in previously interesting activities. And I like the fact that they actually do give you, a scenario of, basically what depression is. But you can increase your mood by stimulation through senses, and that's where essential oils come in. And it gives you a suggested duration of 3 months, then as needed. And it tells you bergamot, melissa, frankincense. Apply a drop of each to back of neck, spine, and bottoms of feet 3 times daily. Also our Joyful blend, which is our bergamot. You can diffuse that several times daily and inhale from cupped hands as needed. And then we talked about the probiotic complex, and then obviously the Vitality Supplement Trio we talked about. But one thing that is not in this book, because this is an older model, I'm actually waiting for my new book. It doesn't even get released until January 31st, but I already ordered them, is our oil Adaptive. Now, Adaptive oil is a game changer. Remember how I was telling you about the bergamot, melissa, and frankincense? I don't even do this anymore. I basically use my adaptive oil. I diffuse my adaptive oil, and I also have a roller, and I actually roll this, on my forearms, in my, pulse points, behind my ears, on my feet, wherever I need it. It smells wonderful too. But I also take, with my morning regimen, I start off with taking 2 of the adaptive. Now, the one thing that I really, really want to let you know is that if you are taking any type of antidepressant, this is something you want to discuss with your doctor, and I'll tell you why. There's GABA in this. All right, doTERRA Adaptive Calming Blend capsules combine clinically studied botanicals with the calming of benefits of specifically selected CBD essential oils, a mood enhancing and relaxing formula. This proprietary blend of ingredients helps when adapting to stressful situations and new surroundings. It does tell you to only take 1 capsule, so that would be something, if you're brand new, that you could do. I take 2 per day, and it works for me. The adaptive blend has lavender, leaf stem oil. It has coriander, wild orange peel, and fennel seed. It also has an all-flower, which is an all-flower seed oil, and gamma, and that is what is huge in this. The gamma is actually what works. Other ingredients: sunflower oil, hypromelos, candelilla wax, meldextrin, and mixed, I don't even know how to pronounce these, but anyways, that is what I take every single day, and it took me about 30 days. I don't know if you remember me talking about having some new triggers, and it really scared me, and I went back to the doctor and had some blood work done, and yeah, there was some B12 issues going on, because part of my autoimmune disease is that I don't absorb nutrients like a normal person does. So I have to work especially hard with my diet, with things that I eat, with my sleep. Another thing that I like to do, because you should be getting 8 hours of sleep every single day, and I know that sounds like a lot, especially if you have kids, especially if you work a full-time job, it's a lot. But you know what? You're the only one that's going to take control of your health, and the way that I do it is I take 2 Serenity at night before I go to bed, and I take 2 Copaiba. Now, the Copaiba is more for like my inflammation, just because with my autoimmune disease, that's one of the symptoms is I do get inflammation, which is like carpal tunnel, any type of inflammation that you get in your joints. This actually helps. I take 2 in the morning, and I take 2 in the evening. And then, of course, my Serenity, I just take 2. This actually relaxes me. It does make a huge difference, and I sleep a complete 8 hours without waking up. And when I wake up, I'm refreshed. Now, if you can only get 6 hours, that's better than 5. If you can only get 7, that's better than 6. But work your way up to the 8 hours. I literally, like, if I go to bed at 2 a.m., I count 2 a.m. and I count, 8 hours. And then I know I'll look at the clock. If I wake up a little bit earlier, I'll look at the clock and go, oh, wow, I have a half hour to go. That's okay. I wake up anyways because I'm refreshed and I feel good to go. But you should really, be striving to get as much sleep as possible, because that's when your cells regenerate themselves and your brain needs the rest. In order for you to heal, it needs you to be getting the proper amount of sleep. Another thing, and I'll end lastly with this, is hydration. You should be drinking half of your weight in ounces with water. Now, one of the things that I have found is I cannot do tap water, and I can't even do like filtered water. I actually have to start using a purified water that actually has electrolytes in it. I chose Essentia, and I buy this by the case. I usually get about 12 of them. I get them on Amazon for like $15. They're usually like $17.95, and they get delivered right to my door. But this lasts me the entire week. So what I do is I put it in a stainless steel cup just like this. Make sure it's stainless steel and it's not plastic, because you don't want to have the oils break up into the plastic, and then it starts breaking down the plastic, and then you're drinking plastic, and that's going to start wreaking havoc on your endocrine system as well, and it will make it make you even worse. And then what I do is I just add a couple of drops of my lemon essential oil. This is great for detoxification. So it's helping me eliminate the metals that are in my system, because even the air quality that we have in our homes nowadays is very poor. So anything that I can do to actually help with my atmosphere and help release those toxins is going to be a plus. So there you have it. That's my regimen for depression. If you want to schedule a 30-minute free consultation with me, we can go over your needs specifically, and we can look at what you may have. Right now we have, if you're interested in getting started on something like this and you are on a very tight budget, I can show you what to work in, what you absolutely need, and what can just be extra, and we can work on getting that like later on. But at least getting you started with the Long Life Vitality is going to be like a major plus with the PB Assist. Those are the 4 things that I can honestly say will make a world of difference. But for this month, when you get your own account, and we actually do have a couple kits that include the Long Life Vitality, so you would save even more money. But when you get your own account, and you have 100 PV minimum, and then the following month, and you sign up for the the loyalty rewards program, because that's where you're going to save the most amount of money. When you sign up for that, and then the following month you spend 100 PV, then in the following month after that, you're going to get 100 points, which is like $100 free to spend on whatever you want. So there you have it. If you are interested in booking a 30-minute consultation with me, we can do it over the phone, but I do schedule it just because that's one of the things that I've learned to do, is I've taken control of my time and how I spend it, and I only work so many hours. I am learning a new language. I am doing yoga. I take meditation time where I'm just listening to music, and then I have time where I'm doing like my budget or things for my household, and then I do things for cleaning, things like that. I'm taking control of my time, and when I've started to do this, it reduced the stress levels, which actually helped me take control of those triggers that I was having with my autoimmune disease. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me. And if you're interested or you know of someone that this information can help, add them to this public education group. It is a free group. All the information is free. I literally had to close the group again because I was starting to get spam again. So it is a public education group. They do not have to purchase anything to be in this group. However, I do screen it and make sure that it is a friend of a friend, or something like that, or that their intentions are good, because this is I want this to be a very stress-free, relaxed environment, so that you can learn and you can implement some of these into you and your family's wellness goals for 2020. So thanks for joining me. I hope everyone is having a great Friday, and I look forward to the next live. So have a great day, everyone. Take care. Okay, now we can't shut it off.